Pull up a seat, let's take a ride. Yellow couch where dreams collide. Stories of queens who rise so high. Through the storms we've had to weather, we're building bridges here together. Yellow couch vibes feel the spark. Lighting up our stories from the dark. Tell the truth, it's our time to shine. On this couch we're divine. Yellow couch vibes feel the spark. Lighting up our stories from the dark. Tell the truth, it's our time to shine. On this couch we're divine.
Welcome back to the Yellow Couch Stories. I'm your host, Brittany Montgomery, and today's conversation is being recorded from 1806 New Hampshire Avenue, NANBPWC headquarters, right here in Washington, D.C. The Yellow Couch Stories is a presidential initiative of NANBPWC, an organization founded in 1935 by 7 visionary Black women entrepreneurs with a mission to promote and protect the interests of African American business and professional women. Today's guest sits at the powerful intersection of athletics, business strategy, and civic engagement. Joining us on this here Yellow Couch today is Dr. Porche Grant, a business-to-business sales strategist, former professional athlete, community leader, and the founder of Athletic Unicorn LLC. Dr. Grant is a trusted connector and catalyst for collaboration, known for creating spaces where organizations can partner, co-create, and thrive. Her journey from elite athletics to corporate leadership to community impact offers a compelling blueprint for how performance, discipline, and strategy can translate into economic empowerment and long-term influence. So, Dr. Grant, welcome to the Yellow Couch Stories. We are honored to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Of course. And I love that gummy bear necklace. I'm going to have to take that from you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's jump right into it. Okay. Before corporate leadership and community impact, you were an athlete competing at a very high level. How did sports shape the way you understand discipline, performance, and pressure? How does that still show up in your work today?
So I tell a lot of people that I don't know where I would be without sports. Being a basketball player, it's a contact sport. It's mentally exhausting. It's emotionally exhausting. And sports, they break you down to a point to where you have to learn and find out that you can't be broken.
Oh, okay.
If that makes any sense
It
to
does.
you. It really shows you that, wow, I have something left in the tank.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but I actually had my son while I was in college.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yes,
Okay.
so I had to redshirt my senior year. They call it a pink shirt.
Okay.
And I came back to play a 5th year after I had my son. And that was a very, very trying time to see if I still wanted to play sports or if I just wanted to separate myself from everything entirely. So sports.
Talk about a pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah. I found out I was pregnant the morning we were playing University of Florida. Sorry, but sports is full of surprises, but again, it will teach you that you're human, but it'll also teach you your superpower if you allow it to. If you don't quit and if you don't allow yourself to be a mental midget, sports will break you down until you have a breakthrough.
So explain that mental midget. I like that. I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah, the mental toughness that you have to have when you're an athlete. I mean, you're away from your family a lot.
Yeah.
You have to do things when you don't want to. You're tired.
You have to push yourself.
Yeah, when you're a collegiate athlete, there's a conundrum where, athletes, they don't play for free back in the day for us old school people because you have a scholarship. But you're practicing 30, 40 hours a week, whether it's strength and conditioning, regular practice, workouts. You're maintaining a 3.0 to a 3.5 scholarship so you can play. And you're traveling. Yeah. You're 18 to 22 years old.
That's a lot.
Doing all of these things for a major corporation or company, which is a university.
Exactly.
As a child or as a young person. So it's you have to mentally be able to be okay with being away from home in a lot of instances. And even if you go to school locally, you still are outside of your comfort zone.
Right.
Then when you take it a step further to go play outside of your hometown or to play overseas, that's a whole different story and can of worms. So you got to really like yourself. You learn yourself, and if you are so lucky to learn how to love yourself when you're in these moments, you can come out on the other side pretty okay.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a lot. So, and we just talked about some of this. What did athletics teach you about navigating systems where expectations are high, but support isn't always guaranteed?
Okay, so athletics taught you, especially when you get to the collegiate space or collegiate level, you're no longer doing this because your mom or your dad is making you do it, right? So that discipline, that fortitude, whether you really love the game or the situation you're in, it really teaches you how to be self-sufficient and how to be a self-starter. Because everybody's seen the movie Drumline.
Yeah.
When the conductor or the head coach of the drum or band, I don't know what the correct name is, I'm sorry. When he made Nick Cannon feel like he was supposed to be responsible for his teammate.
Right.
That does happen in sports, but at the end of the day, if you don't want it, nobody can want it for you.
They can't,
So
they force somebody to do something they don't want to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you described yourself as an athletic unicorn, and we just had a discussion about how we love unicorns. So what does that mean to you, and why did you feel it was important to formalize that identity through Athletic Unicorn LLC?
Okay, so for a long time, I'm a military brat. Even though I'm from the DC area, I was born in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Okay.
I've lived a lot of places. People always say I act like I'm not from here, wherever I am. I have a nomadic spirit, right? And so I became obsessed with unicorns when I was like 6 years old.
Okay.
And then people would say, "Oh, you're a unicorn." And then I started being known as the 6-foot unicorn. And then I was thinking one day, well, I am still athletic.
Right.
Or I love athletics and sports. So, I believe that me being 6'2", and I'm a little over 185 pounds now, but we'll stick with the 185. That your body is your superpower.
Yes.
And so initially, what I wanted to do with Athletic Unicorn was create a community for women with extended sizes, whether you're tall or curvy. Like it doesn't matter if you're 6'2" or 5'2", or if you're a size 2 or 22, you should feel comfortable in your own skin.
Right.
But I'm kind of rebranding or reworking that strategy to say that your body and your mind is your superpower. Because everyone has read Dr. Seuss as a child at one point or another. There's nobody that's youer than you.
Yeah.
And your body and your mind really is your superpower. And it's the same with any, people are staying away from the DEI strategy. To me, diversity, equity, and inclusion and belonging.
Right.
Now it's like DEIB.
Yeah.
Diversity and inclusion, it's like when you have a good recipe on teams, whether it's athletic teams or even in a corporate space. It's like having the right recipe with the right amount of spices, right amount of seasoning. When you have a team and you have people who can bring their own flair, their own identity, it creates a good recipe for success.
Right.
So.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see sports and sports management as a form of civic engagement. How can athletics beyond entertainment serve as a powerful engine for economic development and community building? Okay.
So in any city you go to, and this is worldwide,
right?
If it's a great or very economically sound city, there's going to be sports involved.
Yeah, always.
Right. Sports surpasses sports and music might be neck and neck.
Yeah, great equalizer.
And, when you're able to identify the fact that if you're involved with a sport in any capacity, whether it's coaching, whether it's being a manager on a team, the water boy, right? A manager.
Yeah.
One, it provides some sort of structure because people need to feel like they belong to something.
Exactly.
Especially children. It gives you some direction. It helps you to have some sort of fulfillment from when you're young even to when you're older. Think about it. People retire, they referee, they coach, they do clinics. So from a civic engagement standpoint, it's always a two-way street for people to give back and to reach back. I grew up in Southeast DC, so if I did not start playing basketball when I did, who knows where I would be.
Right.
Even though I'm not in the coaching space anymore because I did coach Division I basketball and I did coach in high school as well. I do love to do a post-clinic here and there or to speak to people here and there. So it provides that fulfillment. in a lot of ways.
So you're still touching it?
Yes.
Yeah, still touching it. And you're still getting that fulfillment. So where do institutions miss the opportunity to leverage sports for long-term community impact?
So I think the institutions miss the mark because, unfortunately, with things like social media, which can be a powerful tool.
Right, if used right.
Yeah, it's similar to how people with tattoos and things of the like are frowned upon. The decisions you make as a child or adolescent, even if it's in your collegiate years, it can leave a bad mark on you. Now, this is something that kids need to learn at a young age.
Always.
That sports is a business.
Yeah.
But people also make mistakes.
Yes.
So the same way that, and I mean, salute to all of our veterans and people who protect our country, the same way that there are, programs for veterans, there should be programs or pipelines for talent from the athletic world as well. Ooh. They know the same level of discipline. They have the commitment, time management, and they take their job and their craft personally. They take ownership in what they do. And if that energy or skill set is honed and channeled in the right way, they can excel in any organization or team because it's still a team they're a part of.
Yeah. I love that. So that takes it back to sports as a business, right? So it almost seems like you as an athlete should look at yourself as a personal brand or a business and hone all those skills because they do come in handy because you need to be able to manage your time. Like you said, you were traveling. You were playing, doing 30 to 40 hours of practicing. So you had to do a lot to make sure that you stayed on track with your scholarship, make sure you stayed healthy and fit to go out there and play. So all those skills do come in handy. So I think that is something that needs to be done. It's a good pipeline, good way to look at it. So then now the question is, the mission of NANBPWC is again to promote and protect the interests of African American business and professional women. So what role should Black women-led organizations like us play in shaping the future of women in sports management, media, and leadership?
I think that actually taking the representation that you all are valuing and having some sort of affiliate program in athletics departments with people who are stakeholders and decision makers in these large corporations. There are plenty of Black women and Black men who are in the know and in spaces where they can reach back with these corporations.
Okay.
Having internships for collegiate students, having internships or summer camps for high school students. PepCo in the DC area, they have STEM programs for girls and for underserved communities, even for young men. The Naval Academy is right up the street.
Right.
Having scholarships for things like that. When I was in middle school, I was at GW University every summer in something called the PALS program.
Okay.
To keep up with the academic enrichment, the athletic, piece, and to help kids build those bonds and relationships with decision makers.
That's important.
Because early exposure is everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's how I think.
So now, where do institutions miss the opportunity to leverage sports for long-term community impact?
So I think that sometimes different industries or different organizations focus on the professional side too much because it is great. The revenue that professional sports generate, especially the big 3 or 4 sports, it's unmatched.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when they have a lot of television time and things like that.
Yeah.
But if you're able to really tap into those markets that are the HBCUs, even the PWIs, with people, young men and young women, who may not want to play professionally, but they want to be around the sports, who may be majoring in business or sports management, because just because you're in sports management doesn't mean that you play a sport.
Right.
But to just open the door, open the window. Make it a competition, a healthy competition. When you put that type of stuff around young people and kids to create some sort of healthy competition, now they have something to do. Right. And they're being productive with their time.
Exactly.
Instead of, what do they call it now? Brain rotting. Just scrolling on social media.
Yeah. Or playing
Candy Crush. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. But also I'm up at, like we were saying earlier, 5:30 in the morning, going to work.
Exactly.
But I didn't learn that at my age. I was doing that at 15 and 16. Yeah. So we are creatures of habit.
Exactly. And habit and behavior is the hardest thing to modify.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay. So, from your experience, where are Black women, especially athletes, transitioning into business most vulnerably economically?
I think that we struggle, and vulnerability shouldn't be a struggle, but it is,
And it is.
especially when you're conditioned to think that you always have to be the best. You can't never have a day off. There's a work-life balance struggle that we
Well,
have.
you just described it, Black women.
Yeah. And then there's the unspoken, the unspoken culture or unspoken rules that we have to learn how to fit in with
Right.
when we're not used to it. Because when we are in college or we are playing pro, we're the best things since sliced bread.
Right.
But that fall from grace is real. So learning how to be a normal person.
How do you deal with that? Like, how does one deal with, I'm up here, I'm living the life, and then the next thing you know, you almost at rock bottom?
Yeah.
Because it seems like that could take a mental toll.
It can. And, I'll try not to get too graphic, but there is a lot of mental health issues or lulls that come along with that identity crisis. It's like you go through an adjustment disorder phase.
Right.
It's just like when someone's a movie star or something.
Right.
And nobody likes them anymore or they're not being talked about. It can be difficult. But when you don't only attach yourself to one thing, like a sport,
Right.
and you're able to relish and feel confident in your academics, or you've created these relationships and networks early on to say, okay, if I stop playing, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
And it's not, oh, if I stop playing, what am I going to do? Who am I going to be?
Yeah, that's almost a master class. Like, how do you not just say, I am a professional athlete? Like, how do you say, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, and I'm a professional athlete? So if one leaves, you still have these other 3 or 4 quote unquote identities, so you don't feel like you've lost yourself.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, okay. So what protections should be in place to end their career earlier? So how do we protect them when they do fall, or what other things should they have early on in their career?
I think the protection starts before the end, right? So if someone, for example, goes to the WNBA, right?
Okay.
Just like they have a union because they
Right.
have a CBA, they do it in the NBA where they say, in the next 3 years, you're going to want to make sure you have a financial planner, so on and so forth. They make them take these classes.
Right.
I think that mentorship early on should start. Just like I went to the Academy of the Holy Cross in Rockville.
Okay.
And when you're in the 9th grade, you get assigned a big sister
Okay.
who's a junior. And then you stick with that big sister if she stays at that school. You're a sophomore, she's a senior.
Right.
I think that they should do that with someone in the box office or front office.
Okay.
Because most of the times when you're in a corporation and and they have a mentorship program, you don't always partner or get mentored by someone on your team.
Right.
You can be partnered, the company I work with, I can be partnered with someone in California
Okay.
who might be, Indian and, male,
Right.
but the way they do like the Myers-Briggs test
Right.
and all these different types of things to see how your brain functions and sees things, you can be learning a whole nother skill set and building a network even before you've reached
Right.
the end of your career.
And talk about a different perspective, because you could ask that person, hey, this opportunity came about. Should I take it, or walk me through like the pros, the cons, and what this is going to look like? And because they are different from you, they can give you a perspective that you didn't even think about. That's a good plan. That's a good program.
Goes back to the DEI. Envy.
Yeah. And to me, that is something that's very needed, because if you just have the same old white guy mentality, how do you innovate, right? How do you grow? How does your company, make better decisions? How do you build your revenue if you're just getting the same answer the same time over and over again?
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always need a different perspective. So you've translated athletic performance to success in business-to-business sales and partnership strategy. What transferable skills from sports do Black women underestimate in the business environment?
I think that Black women definitely underestimate the power of relationship building.
Oh, yeah, let's speak on that.
Because especially in business-to-business sales, it's all about relationships. Relationships are currency. And so sometimes, and I've made this mistake, You know, it's like, oh, I don't want to do this because I know someone.
Right.
So you take the long way around. Or you take, you know, a 3-year journey that could have took you 6 months just because that pride steps in.
Right.
And sometimes you're scarred emotionally because of connections you've had and situations that have happened. And you're like, you know what, I'm not going to allow someone to think they have that power and control over me. But someone doesn't have power and control over you unless you give it to them.
Right, exactly.
So kind of just breaking through that mental barrier too.
Yeah, that's another masterclass is relationship building, because sometimes it's not who you know, it's what you know. That can help you really get ahead in life. So
and we're so especially if you come from a background similar to mine. I was raised by a single Black mom.
Okay.
And we're taught to be independent.
Yeah.
You don't need no help from nobody.
Exactly.
But you know what? I'll take a little help.
Yeah.
I'll
take a sponsor to help me get ahead in my career, or help me do this, that, and the other.
Yeah. So because nobody helped you to build the skill sets you built but you.
Exactly. Yeah. I just need somebody to help somebody else see how valuable, and I don't want to say that. Have my name in rooms when I'm not there.
Absolutely.
So that you can push me so that I can get that promotion, or can land that client, or can make that sale, right? Somebody to advocate for me when I'm not there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and I think that does come from relationships, because how will somebody know to recommend you for this, that, and the other if they don't know you?
Yeah, and it's the saying your name, but it's also that edification of how you're qualified.
Right.
It's that empowerment. It's that if I'm your mentor, your coach, life coach, or whatever, hey, ask Porche to do it, or ask Brittany to do it. Brittany is more than capable to take care of you. You don't need my help. She has you. Someone's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't call me, call her.
Yeah, get her to do it.
Then that turns into 1 client, 2 clients, 3 clients.
All the way, all the way. So how can women-led sports leagues be models for equity, leadership, and economic empowerment?
Women-led sports leagues. Well, we all see the changes that the WNBA is going through.
Yes.
We also saw, what's Dennis Rodman's daughter's name? What is her name? Well, Dennis Rodman's daughter. She is now one of the highest paid female athletes worldwide, I believe. But
kudos to her.
Yeah, and Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
We know he's had a rough ride.
Yeah.
I know he's very proud of his daughter. But
As he should be.
I think that women's sports leagues can do as or mirror what the WNBA is doing, and actually being vulnerable in the sense that they're being very vocal. Because sometimes it's like, you know, David and Goliath.
Right.
Like, man, if I say this, we might lose this.
Right.
But you know what?
We may be canceled.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know, they need us just as much as they need the men. So I also think that they can be a little smarter with how they position themselves in the competitive landscape, with, you know, not settling. And it's going to be hard to do. But when you play overseas, or when you play in college, and this is even at the highest levels, the men and women, they play at the same time. So viewership is kind of very similar.
Right.
Ticket sales sometimes outpaces what some of the men's teams, you know, ticket sales and revenue that they generate. So being able to build off of the momentum that the WNBA is having, saying, hey, you know, we don't want to have 30 games.
Right.
Let's have 60.
Exactly.
Right? We could start our season in October and end it in February.
Exactly.
It's okay. We don't have to do everything alike, but if you give us more of an opportunity. But people won't give you what you don't ask for sometimes.
Well, yeah. Ask not, have not.
So closed mouths don't get fed.
All the time. So.
And I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. We don't apologize here.
Also have the, when I say business development, I'm not speaking of it in a sense of sales, right? I mean, actually identifying people, high potential candidates that are in the sport, that are on the court or on the field, to say, she may be a good candidate to start off in ticket operations or facilities management. And that's how you kind of start to grow, you know, that transition from within your organization.
Right, that pipeline. Yeah.
From a talent and acquisition standpoint.
Yeah, and it's always good to have a pipeline. So, and that's in any organization, honestly. Many Black women athletes are leaders long before they ever step into a boardroom. Why do you think that leadership is often overlooked or undervalued once they transition into a professional space?
I think because people are jealous.
What?
And I'm just being variety. My mom used to tell me that all the time. But, you know, you unfortunately are attached a label that you never asked for. Again,
Right.
you're taught to be ambitious, strong, outspoken, right? Tenacious
Yeah.
when you're on the field or the court. But you have to just stop when you get in a corporate space? No. But that's where that mentorship comes into play to learn how to be diplomatic.
Right.
And to still be that same person, but in a different way, how to be a chameleon and remain a unicorn.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you know, I will say this, especially since it's Black History Month. I tell my friends, I tell my family, as Black people, we control the cool.
Always.
So people want to do, all different types of people want to do whatever we do.
Yeah.
And, you know, that envy can be dangerous.
And it can be.
So if you don't learn the power of diplomacy and the power of, you know, being able to, I don't want to say code switch and blend in, but if you don't learn how to play the game at an early age.
Yeah, it's playing the game, yeah.
That friction and resistance can harm you more than it will help you, because there's a time to speak up.
Yeah, and a time to be.
It's a time to be quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Like Ecclesiastes says, it's a time for everything.
Yeah, so.
It's a time for everything under the sun.
Yeah.
So knowing what time it is, you're going to have to learn that real quick.
And that's where in coaching, real coaching in sports, it's not going to always be a good day. Yeah. Somebody needs to tell you when you're messing up and when you need to be quiet, or I'm not trying to hear it. Yeah. Now, you can't talk like that in the corporate space. However, that recognition from going through those experiences can help you be like, I think this is one of those situations where
I need to just step back, be quiet, just
go get some water from the water fountain.
Let me go chill for a second.
Yeah.
So you are also pursuing freelance sports analyst work. Why is it important for Black women to have authoritative voices in sports commentary and analysis?
One, because we know what we're talking about. Right? Come on now.
Right, always.
But it's important, again, to have that diversity.
Always.
Monica McNutt is a great example, right? She went to Holy Cross, too.
Oh, okay.
But because we just add or provide the flair that people need.
Say that flair.
We'll also say what people are thinking.
Right.
But don't want to say. Do you remember when she said what she said to Stephen A. Smith? It might have been a year or two ago, and she got scrutinized, and then they, you know, kind of got over it. But he said something crazy, and she was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let's not go there.
Right.
You got the right one. And not to say that that's always the answer, but sometimes people need to be checked professionally.
Right. Always. Well, yeah. Sometimes they need to
or
be.
just check, period.
Yeah. Whether it be professionally or personally.
And we are seeing more of us in that space, and I just hope that
that's
I can
what I'm
get to
happy
that
about.
level.
Yeah. So athletes are trained to perform under pressure, but are not always trained to monetize that performance. Where do you think the biggest economic disconnect happens for athletes, especially Black women, after the game ends?
I think that this is true for athletes, but also just think this is true for anybody who has a gift. It's sales. Anytime somebody requests for you to do something, if you don't want to do it out of the kindness of your heart, you can charge them for it. If they ask for it, you can charge them for it.
Yeah. And you should.
And not to say that it's always about money, but you know, once you build your resume, once you know, have enough practice under your belt, they need you.
Exactly.
Sometimes more than you need them.
Right.
So put a price tag on it. Yeah.
And make it times
and feel
10.
so confident in what you're doing that you're not afraid to ask for what you're worth.
Exactly.
So.
And that is something that I think women, especially Black women, struggle with. Like putting a fair price on what they should be charging. Because add 10 and then multiply 10. Make sure you get your profit, because we're not starting a business just to break even. You're starting a business to be to make a profit, and to have financial literacy or financial freedom.
And we shouldn't pigeonhole ourselves only to the healthcare and beauty space.
Right.
Because if you go get your lashes done, they charge you $200.
Yeah.
For 45 minutes.
They are.
Right? Nails, same thing.
And we pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no problem.
Yeah.
So if you create that value with whatever service or product you're offering, people will pay.
There you go.
What you are requested to.
Because back when I was in high school, I think it was $35 to get your hair done. Now you're looking at what, $200 minimum for a washing set.
Or some braids.
Yeah, yeah. And my cousin used to do my braids in middle school, and now she is a beautician, and it's like, now, ma'am, I used to do my stuff for free for practice. So what's the deal?
Like, come on, we family.
Yeah, don't be charging me now. I'm gonna pay you, but don't be charging me that what you charge everybody else.
I need the family.
Yeah,
the family
now
discount.
you knock off $20. I ain't trying to ask you just for a deep discount, but come on now, dog.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be knowing how to do this.
Yeah.
So you shared your aspiration to work with the WNBA. What draws you to that space, and how do you see yourself contributing beyond the court?
So I've had a dream for a long time to be a sports agent.
Okay.
And I do want to be able to either work in the agent capacity, especially with the skill set I've developed in sales, contract management, negotiation.
Oh yeah, you'd be a beast.
I'm also a mother.
Okay.
So taking care of people's children, which remember, when people go to the WNBA out of college, they're still children. The brain doesn't stop developing until you're 25.
Exactly. And they, 21, 22?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So being able to have that expertise to help them develop still at a young age, I don't want to say a gold mine, but a legacy for themselves the right way would still provide some sort of fulfillment. And I never got to play in the WNBA, so at least being connected in some way would be cool. But also to be able to be some sort of analyst for them, or color commentator, color analyst, that'd be awesome too.
Those are all good avenues for you, especially with like the players, like seeing someone that looks like you understand it, right? And while you say you didn't play in the WNBA, you still were a professional athlete. So you can understand that, and you can help them say, you just don't need to identify as this. Let me help you with all these other avenues. And I think that will be better coming from someone who looks like them. You look like me. So I'm going to trust you. It's going to hit different because you're a Black woman.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, that trust is still a part of the sales process, right? Because when you're an agent, or if you're interviewing, you know, people buy from people or do business with people they like and they trust.
Exactly. Always. Yes.
And if you've walked the talk, you may be able to convert more clients to clientele. Not to say that it's all about the money, but really being able to help people, because you hear stories of WNBA players, or we hear about like Delonte West, that fall from grace can be real. But if you build a foundation to where if something were to happen and this gets taken away from you, one, you shouldn't allow, and I tell this to a lot of young girls and men, or young women and young men that I help or cross paths with, don't let anybody take away something from you that they didn't give to you.
Right.
But sometimes the glitz and the glam and the fame, it gets to people, and they forget why they started doing something in the first place.
Yeah. You always have to go back to your why.
But if you have a team and you have someone as an agent who, like I consider myself when I'm in a managerial role, a coaching manager. I don't work for people. Nobody works for me. I work with this company.
Oh, I love
or
that.
I work with this person, because nobody owns me.
Exactly. And I don't own anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm still able to provide guidance in a way to where, okay, well, if you do this, this might happen. If you do that, that might happen. And then your player or your client might be like, you know what, she knows what she's talking about. Let me just go on and act right.
Have you ever thought about being a coach?
I used to coach, but I just...
Okay, because I was about to say, you, that whole little line right there, I'm like, you know what, I would listen to her.
Yeah, I want to take more of a Jerry Maguire role.
Yeah.
You know? Redo Jerry Maguire, the female version. We can work on that together.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I like that. Because I was just like, oh, as you were saying that, I'm thinking like, she would make an excellent life coach. Like,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Because if you tell me that, yeah, I have a good one.
Okay.
I have a good one. Shout out to Lisa. So you're building Athletic Unicorn LLC around a multi-dimensional identity, which is something we've talked about throughout this interview. What would you say to women who feel pressure to pick one lane when their power is actually in their range?
It's the same advice I give to women about dating. Date them all. Try it all. Try it all, see what sticks.
Yeah.
Don't pigeonhole yourself to just one thing. And the reason why I say that is because you never know until you try.
Exactly.
And look at us.
Yeah.
I work in waste management. I do freelance analyst work.
Right.
I speak on the side.
Yeah.
I've worked at rental car.
Yeah.
I've it's you never know what your lane will be until you start to try to swim in it. So.
And all those different jobs, businesses, or whatever, you're gonna take something from that, right? You're gonna have a skill, you're gonna get some knowledge, you're gonna increase your ability to do something, and that can help you in the long run down the line in something else that you do. So I like that, and we don't just pick one lane over here. Yeah, pick them all.
And I will say just one caveat. Now you can't just be bouncing around all over the place. That's not cool.
Have some intention with it.
Have some intention, have a plan, work your plan. And if you try something out, at least stay for 12 to 18 months.
Yeah.
And that's for resume building. Yeah. So, and reference building.
Yeah.
So sorry.
No. So for a student athlete, a young professional listening right now who doesn't yet see how her athletic identity fits into her economic future, what do you want her to know?
That's a great question. I would want her to know that the time is now. So that's from, your grades in middle school, again, the relationships you're building. Right. Because people gonna know if you BSing them. Always. That's if you're 11. No my son is 15 and I know when he is on some straight. BS. Yeah. So, and it's a habit, and it's not always a bad habit because you got to be able to relax, but you have to be able to recognize that and harness the right energy towards certain things. But your ability to see and to be around people who show you that sports is a business, right, is going to help you more than it's going to harm you.
I love that. Yeah. Okay. So when people reflect on your work and leadership, what do you hope they understand about how you built connected and protected opportunity? Or what do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be just the mere fact that I think that I was honestly and truly placed on this earth to help people. Ooh. And if that's solely to help people believe in themselves, I'm okay with that.
That's a huge one, because if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to attain or accomplish anything.
It's an inside job.
Exactly.
And even to, help people recognize the skills that they have to put them in the right places to be successful. Because oftentimes, and it's happened to me, it's like, I can't do this, I don't know. You're already doing it.
Exactly.
Most of the time, we're already doing the things that are a skill, we just don't know what to call it. Right. So I'm also, outside of Athletic Unicorn, I have a business partner. Shout out to Bonnie. We're developing a LLC called VP Corporate Athletics. Ooh, okay. And we've been starting to tap into the off-the-court coaching market. Ooh. So, people say, what do you do with VP Athletics? I say, well, we're off-the-court coaches. We'll come talk to your amateur teams, whether it's middle school, high school, or college, to say, hey, what are you doing when you're off from the season?
So I love that.
Yep. Teaching people how to teaching student athletes how to apply for a job. It's different from applying to college. Yeah. Right? Knowing how to sit in an interview and sit still.
So make eye contact. Yeah, and you're back to that. I have a different identity. You're already getting that to them early because you said middle school, right?
Yep, starting as young as middle school.
Yeah, so that's already helping them, because think about the athlete in high school who has injury, and now all the colleges disappear. Now you need something else to tie yourself to because something that's been taken away from you. Yep. So that's good to start that young age. So now we're going to do our rapid fire.
Okay, let's do it.
So what's a lesson that sports taught you that business never could?
How to eat right. I like to eat. And even in the corporate world, you have to make sure you don't forget about yourself. Yeah. So really knowing that you need to eat breakfast, you need to put the right things in your body. That's something I learned being an athlete.
Yeah, because your girl will skip. Well, I won't skip breakfast because
Okay.
I love breakfast.
I still skip breakfast sometimes,
but I'll skip every.
I'll eat a double lunch if I skip breakfast.
Yeah, and then I love cheeseburgers. So your girl will be somewhere having a double meat cheeseburger.
Hey, I had a double cheeseburger with mac sauce yesterday.
Yeah,
so.
with some French fries and a chocolate shake.
With some barbecue sauce.
And go ahead and give me some nuggets on the side too.
The spicy ones.
Yeah. So one myth about women in sports leadership.
One myth about women in sports leadership, and this is women overall, but especially Black women, is that we're, kind of, the B word.
Yeah.
We're the most loving and caring.
Always. Yes.
People, I think, walking the face of the earth.
I agree.
And we maintain relationships with people for decades.
Right.
So
and
we're not mean, we're just passionate.
Exactly. I like to say that. When people say, oh, you're yelling, no. I'm just very, very passionate about what I'm talking about.
Like the coach off of Love and Basketball said, now, when I yell at you, don't you worry.
Exactly.
Now, when I ignore you,
stop.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because that means I don't care anymore.
Yep.
So a skill every student athlete should monetize.
A skill that every student athlete should monetize. Well, I'm a nerd too.
Okay.
So I used to write papers and stuff for people.
So is that how you made some extra?
The NCAA, they keep stuff open for forever.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep that one quiet.
But it's okay. I'm cool. I ain't do nothing illegal. But I think that they should definitely monetize, of course, their brand and being able to speak, be a spokesperson. Because oftentimes you get asked, hey, can you come say a few things? But again, if somebody requests you to do something, you can charge them for it.
Exactly. So, I don't care if it's $1.
Yeah.
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 So
I don't care if it's wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Walking billboard.
Always. And I'm my own personal brand. So, okay. So collaboration done right feels like what?
Collaboration done right. It feels like magic.
Yes.
It feels like magic, baby. I'm telling you. So I don't know if it's too soon for me to say this, but I actually got a text message yesterday.
Okay.
This is after you and I connected, and I was coming here today. And I'm getting recognized as a queen of the court at Howard University.
Look at you.
On Saturday for Valentine's Day.
Well, you should have told me that because I would have stayed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you don't let me know.
Right.
But
let me work some things out.
I didn't ask for it.
Uh-huh.
But I have worked with Coach Ty and her girls over the summer. Okay. And over the fall. I did a couple of tournaments helping logistically. Okay. With the 360 3-on-3 tournament that they did with the Washington Wizards. And now they're like, hey, Coach PG or Dr. Porche, we want to recognize you because and we want you to talk to our girls before they play.
Doesn't that feel good? Like you said, like magic.
Yeah. I didn't say, hey, do you think you want to let me do a queen of the court? And it's just like, man, when it's supposed to happen, it'll find you. The opportunity.
It always happens.
And not even that this is an opportunity because it's recognition, but it just feels it's nice.
It is. It's an opportunity. It's like, to me, anything is an opportunity, right? It's an opportunity to be recognized. It's an opportunity for somebody to learn about you that may not have known you. It's an opportunity in some shape, form, or fashion. So, okay. Joy right now looks like what?
Joy?
And let me see if you're going to say what I think you're going to say. But.
Well, joy right now looks like, I will say my direct deposit. Because I like to get paid.
Don't we all?
Oh gosh, joy right now. I don't know, being able to every day above ground is a good day.
Well, hey, always.
So
any day amongst the living is always a good day.
I like the fact that my full-time job has a lot of flexibility.
Isn't that the best?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be able to do the other things I want to do. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I like that. Okay. So Dr. Grant, thank you for bringing your full story to this conversation. You know what? Your discussion reminds us that athletics is not just a chapter, it's a foundation. That performance, discipline, and teamwork are forms of economic currency. And that when Black women learn to translate their skills across systems, they don't just survive, they build pathways for others like you are doing. So, To the women listening, especially our student athletes and professionals navigating transitions, this conversation is your reminder that your range is not a liability, it is your advantage. If today's episode resonated with you, be sure to subscribe to the Yellow Couch Stories, share this conversation with someone building their next chapter, and continue engaging with the work of organizations like NAMBPWC that are committed to protecting and advancing Black women's economic futures. I'm Brittany Montgomery. And Dr. Grant, thank you for being here. And we'll see you back on the Yellow Couch Stories for another conversation rooted in leadership, resilience, and economic power.